What did Desmond's performance kind of do for his role moving forward in this defense?
I mean, he just did a bunch of stuff that he's been doing in practice. He's gotten, from the time he got here to now, like it's night and day. So he's just going to keep on growing, keep on developing, and he just showed that, we have confidence in him in games. So he's going to keep on getting snaps each game. Each game is going to be a little bit different as far as how that rotation goes, but he's definitely going to be in games.
Devin Tompkins, I think, had the most snaps of any defensive lineman in this past game. Where did it really start to click for him as far as you'd seen it?
Yeah, well, the thing with him that he has a lot of versatility. So with some of the injuries that we have, he's one of those guys that he can play on the inside, but he can also play on the outside. So with the injuries that we have, he's kind of doing whatever we need. So he's been doing a great job with that. I still do think that his natural position's inside, but the more he can help us outside, it's going to help everybody.
With those injuries, how do you just generally feel about the youth on this roster, the reserves who are now going to get a much bigger opportunity?
I'm excited for him, man. I mean, it's been fun to recruit him. It's been fun to see him this spring. It's been fun to see him in camp. They've been doing a bunch of good stuff in practice, but doing it in games is completely different, so it's exciting.
With Devin, what made you decide this was the game, though, to start him and just really commit to him being a major factor up there?
Just felt like the past 2 or 3 weeks, you just saw him take strides, and just felt like he earned it.
How important do you think he's going to be, with Anthony out for the year now, just in terms of what he can do, in the pass rush, and create some momentum there for you guys?
It's going to be huge because, again, he gives us pass rush from the inside, but then he can also spare those guys on the outside. So, he's going to be out there a lot for us.
What did you guys see in the snaps? You played a lot of Zion Branch next to Keely and Kamari last game. What made you kind of go with that alignment? And what are you kind of looking to
We played Kamari in the slot some just because of the game plan and some stuff that we had going on. And with that, brought in an extra safety. And Zion's a guy that he's been doing good in practice. He's done good stuff in games. Same thing with Bryson Shaw. So that just opened up a spot to get both those guys on the field.
Is there a desire to kind of continue to find ways to get Zion in there, through this second half of the year?
There is, and again, like each game is going to be a little bit different. Like there's going to be some games we have that package up, some games we don't. But if the games that we don't, we might have a different package that gets him on the field.
Coach, how can you get more sacks?
Just keep on emphasizing it, keep on trying to develop our pass rushers, and then on my end, just keep on trying to just attack protections and affect the quarterback the best I can.
And when Tyler Warren has a big game, what does that teach you as a play caller? I don't think anyone's had quite that amount of success against you in the past.
Yeah, they did a good job just with the pre-snap stuff, getting our guys' eyes in spots that they shouldn't have been. And that was a game where, run players, you have to play run, pass players, you have to play pass. And they're going to sit there and they'll do the same stuff all game. And then as soon as you don't do what you're supposed to do, they're going to capitalize on it. And 2 or 3 times that game, we had guys not doing what they're supposed to do. And to Penn State's credit, they saw it.
What do you tell your players after performances like that when it comes to tight ends and defending them?
Same thing we tell them after every single game. There's a lot of stuff in that game that we need to improve on. And we need to get better. There's a lot of stuff in that game that we gotten better at. And no matter what happens, we need to learn from it and grow from it as a staff, as a team, and keep on taking steps in the right direction.
How do you redistribute Anthony Lewis's snaps, and how ready is Cam Fountain maybe to take a share of those?
I don't know exactly. It's going to just depend on the flow of the game, but Cam is going to be a guy that his role is going to continue to grow. Again, I don't know exactly what it's going to be this week, but he is going to get some time, and he's been doing good stuff in practice. He's flashed all camp, so I'm just excited that he gets a chance to go out there and do it on actual game day now.
Is he still a little bit raw in some areas at this point, or
very, very? But all the freshmen are at this point.
Where have you seen Cam maybe grow some, and where do you still maybe need to see?
Just his football IQ, for him to come in here and to play a different position and to learn everything that we're doing up front, it was completely different for him. So just his knowledge of the scheme and just football overall.
Coach, did you see Desmond Stevens' experience at safety come out when he made that interception?
Oh, yeah. I definitely didn't think he was going to take it that far. I thought he was going to get tackled immediately, so I was impressed.
What was that like when a guy who's come in and worked so hard, he makes a huge play when you give him a chance?
It just you could just tell it just gave him a lot of confidence, and we had confidence in him. We've been seeing him do it every day in practice, but to go out there and do it in the game is just completely different. So you get to see, he knows that he can do it. So now he just has to keep on doing what he's been doing, and his role is going to continue to improve.
You mentioned that one bad tackling game doesn't make you a bad tackling team. Did you feel like you guys returned to the form that you wanted to see tackling this week?
We tackled better. Was it perfect? No, there's still some stuff we have to clean up with the DBs, inside backers, but it was improved from the week before.
You guys rotated just a lot against Penn State. Was there going to be a plan to kind of try and get those young guys more snaps, regardless of the injuries that have kind of popped up now, like through the rest of the season?
Yeah, just with depth and keeping guys fresh. We want guys as fresh as possible at the end of games. So again, every game is going to be a little bit different with how you can get guys in, and you want your certain guys in at certain situations. But the best we can, we want to try to keep guys fresh and at the same time develop these other kids too.
There were some struggles at cornerback, and we heard so much about Marcellus back in the spring and fall camp. Is there any chance that he would get a chance at some point this season to contribute?
There's a chance that all those guys do. I can't exactly answer that yet.
Is there something specific that you need to see from a young guy that pushes them over that line? So, okay, now we can give him a shot in the game.
The first thing is just trust. I think for all of them to come in and learn the scheme and show that, okay, we can trust that they know what to do. And they can go out there, they can communicate, they can just execute their assignment. And I would say that's the first step.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.